Hello again. We've just taken out gargoyles, so now our next target is Iron Keep. We want to get Mytha and Smelter out of the way, and we also want Ring of Blades +1. But before we do that, we have some business to take care of. So we're going to come over here for the Bastille Key. Since we're already here after gargoyles, this is as good a time as any to get it. Now, the key is technically optional, but it will help with the center. It's good to have. And while we're here, we're also going to grab 3 flame butterflies. These are also technically optional, but still good to have. You'll be cutting it very close without them. So strongly recommended. And then we get out of here. Our next errand is Falcon. Falcon sells Dark Resins, which we're going to want. He won't sell to us unless we have 8 Int and 8 Faith, which we got earlier. But we don't want to keep that, so we're going to buy from him now, so we can reset our stats. Once unlocked with 8 Int and 8 Faith, Falcon will continue to sell to you for the rest of the game, even if you reset your stats. So now that we've bought from him once, he's unlocked, and we don't need this Int or Faith anymore. We also don't need the Strength anymore now that gargoyles are down. We can get rid of that 15 Strength. We won't need it for quite some time, so we can put those stats to something more useful. We're going to start by getting our endurance back to normal, as well as our ADP. And then we're just going to dump everything else into Dex. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Dex scaling between 50 and 70 is pretty bad, but it does start to pick up again after 70, and now we can afford to get that far, so it's worth doing. So we're going to burn all of these souls and just get as much Dex as we can afford. We should be able to reach around 76 or 77, and that will be a pretty big boost, especially for Ricard's Rapier with its extreme Dex scaling. So let's see what we can get. 77, pretty good. That'll do for now. Next up, we're going to the forest. We need the key to open the Broom Tower DLC, so we can go straight there and unlock it after Iron King. Start by dropping down here for quick RTSR. Take out these hollows. Now we're going to snipe the salamander from above. There are 2 salamanders down here, but the second one doesn't spawn in until after we go down, so we can't snipe him as well. Not a big deal though, because the other one's not really a threat. So after we've killed the first one, we're going to equip the cat ring and the flying feline boots. We need both to survive this fall. And it'll still do a tiny bit of damage, but only a tiny bit, so we'll live. Now I can make it down here and come at the salamanders from behind. So this guy won't turn and shoot you, so you can just safely snipe him from here. Let the poison finish him off. We'll grab this Fire Drake Stone, we're going to need that. And there's also a free soul over here. Okay, now there are 2 more salamanders, and these ones actually are a threat, so be careful. They can move pretty quickly, they have some ranged attacks. Gotta watch out for them. Good news is they won't chase us into that next room, so we can kite them backwards. Try and get a poison off on them. Okay. There's one. Should be one more over there. There he is. He can be pretty derpy around that wall. Ooh. Also, by the way, they are weak to thrust damage, and if you shoot them in the throat, they take double damage. Which is what happened there. That's why he took so much from that one shot. But you can't really depend on that. Or rather, you don't want to depend on that. Okay. He's derping out. That's fine by me. With him dead, we can come over here and grab the key. And now we can get out of here. One final errand to run before we head towards Iron Keep. We're going to go infuse our weapons. We don't really need to do this yet, but there's not really any good time for it, so might as well be now. Lumped in with the rest of the errands. We're going to infuse our Old Knight Hammer with Dark in preparation for the reindeers in Eleum Loyce. And we're going to infuse our short bow with fire. So now we effectively have infinite fire arrows. We can light as much stuff on fire as we want. And that'll be useful later on. Okay. And now we can go for Iron Keep.